Good global citizens fight together. Today we are graduating together but apart. Hello, ni hao ma. My name is Gandari. I'm Jonathan Gandari. I'm pleased to be representing the Global Business Journalism Program alumni at the 2021 commencement. I'm a senior public servant in the government of Zimbabwe. My job title is Chief Director, Government Programs and Messaging in the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services. In this role, my key deliverable is promoting Zimbabwe's founding values, Zimbabwe's identity and its interests worldwide. To achieve this, I work with many different teams. I oversee and provide thought leadership to government institutions that are constituted by Acts of Parliament, and some are established by charters. The spread of institutions under my watch include television stations, newspaper publishing entities, radio stations, regulatory authorities, and transmitting institutions. The institutions are led by chief executive officers and directors. My job is to champion the voice of Zimbabwe. If you follow very closely to the description of my job, you will realize how the knowledge and the skill set I acquired from the GBJ program prepared me for this assignment. For this job and other jobs that I'll tell you about, which I've done after graduating from the GBJ program in 2010, I draw insight on the GBJ studies. I'm finding the courses I took on news and feature writing, news editing, corporate communication, public relations, intercultural communication, accounting and financial reporting very useful. I write and communicate a lot with the various teams in government. The GBJ program empowered me for this. To the graduating students, I say graduating is a big achievement under any circumstances. Graduating as a patent of Tsinghua University, as you are doing this year, is even more special. I know you all have had to overcome some obstacles along the way, whether it was the difficulty of learning a new language, adapting a new culture, finding new friends and mentors, or it was losing a loved one through the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm glad you stayed the course. Today is your day to celebrate as you reap the fruits of the journey of 5,000 miles that you started 2 years ago. Your graduation is different than the one I did 11 years ago when I completed my global business studies. As then, the COVID-19 pandemic was not there, and now it has brought in a new normal. We have a new lexicon in the dictionary of life: mask up, social distancing, vaccination, stay safe, blended education, and now virtual graduation. My story of coming to China, to Tsinghua, can best be described as serendipitous. I stumbled on the Tsinghua website by chance on one Saturday afternoon in October 2007. At that time, I was studying at Rhodes University in South Africa. On that day, I was feeling down and bored stiff. I decided to kill time by surfing the internet in search of anything. I thought of listening to music to entertain myself and to provide some form of therapy when I logged onto the internet. I listened to 3 songs, but that did not give me the satisfaction I wanted. Then another idea crossed my mind. I decided to well up time by searching for scholarships. I googled the phrase scholarships in China. Up popped the Tsinghua University. I looked through the degree program under the School of Journalism and Communication, and boom, came the MA Global Business Journalism program. I went on to analyze the faculty on the program. I was excited by the wealth of experience and the diversity of the faculty. I then scrolled to check the curriculum program mix and on the GBJ program. After carefully going through it, I was convinced that I had never seen a journalism program like it. I immediately sent an email to Lime, who was the program coordinator at the time, asking for more information about the program. She sent me the information pack, and I asked and asked me if I was interested in the program and whether I could be interviewed on Skype. I gave her a yes, and my Skype interview was scheduled and conducted 3 days later. I got the response that I had been offered the place. Upon getting the news, I decided to drop out of the program I was studying in South Africa, and I started preparing for the trip to China. The big obstacle I had is that I had no money, but there was fire in my belly. I had hunger for the type of education that the GBJ program offered. I come from Africa, from Zimbabwe in particular, where education is regarded very highly. My country has 95% literacy rate, so from a very young age we are trained to be able to identify a good education program. When I read through the GBJ prospectus, I was convinced that this was a great program and I didn't want to miss the chance to get the education. I worked piece jobs in the library at the university that I was planning to drop out from. I saved the money and bought my air ticket. The money was enough for me to catch a taxi from the airport and to go to Tsinghua University and nothing more. When my plane landed in Beijing, I was shocked by the well-developed massive road infrastructure, the functional street lights. In the morning, I watched the spectacle of so many people on bicycles. I had never seen so many people riding bicycles and motorbikes. When I got to Tsinghua University, I was impressed by the beautiful campus and the smiles of the people. In my eyes, they all looked the same. The accommodation and the dining rooms were exceedingly smart and amazing. I was very happy. The only problem was that I had no money for my welfare. So along with the usual challenges of being away from Africa, where we have abundant sunlight, the full moon that shines throughout the year, and the stars in the skies that touch us every day and every night, the lions that roar in the jungle, I had to deal with the added pressures of extremely cold weather, the slippery snow, and then learning how to ride my bicycle. But when all is said and done, I have fond memories of the day like this when it happened in August 2010. I share with you the emotion of being a GBJ graduate. I know the anxieties of thinking about employment. Let me assure you that you started a good program with the skills mix and the knowledge offered by the GBJ program and your ability to adapt to different contexts. You can save humanity in a number of ways and make the world a better place for all of us. I would like to celebrate the international students who were unable to return to Beijing for the final 3 semesters of their Global Business Journalism Studies and are participating in this graduation virtually. I'm thanking them for their patience and adaptability. I'm proud of all of you, the graduating class of 2021, as well as the professors who guided you along the way, Lao Shi, and the friends who helped the students to settle at Tsinghua. I would like to extend deep appreciation to the communities around the Tsinghua campus, the chefs at the canteens who made the delicious dumplings, prepared the rice and the noodles with the food which we needed after the hard work in class. A hungry student is a frustrated student. To stay on top of your game, you need a good coach. Besides using the skills and the knowledge you learned from the classes, I encourage you to also draw lessons on the lived culture. The work ethic of the Chinese people is transformative. Draw insight from China on how to deploy soft power without breaking others. Model your thought leadership from what you observed from your professors doing. I learned how to be good with people from the exceptionally kind and caring people I interacted with while studying in the same classrooms that you set. Today, as good global citizens, we fight together as you graduate together apart. Thank you. Keep safe, mask up, practice social distancing, and get vaccinated.